The human brain, it's often called the most complex structure in the known universe. But despite decades of neuroscience, most of what people believe about the brain is wrong. From the idea that we only use 10% of it, to myths about left and right-brained personalities, pop culture has filled our heads with misinformation. So today, we're setting the record straight. Here are 10 common misconceptions about the human brain and the surprising truth behind them. Number 10. We only use 10% of our brain. Let's start with the most famous myth of all. You've probably heard someone say, "We only use 10% of our brain." It sounds mysterious, like there's hidden genius waiting to be unlocked. But the truth, we use virtually every part of our brain, all the time. Brain scans show that even during simple tasks like talking, walking, or daydreaming, multiple regions light up. If we truly only used 10%, brain injuries would be far less devastating than they are. The myth likely came from early misinterpretations of neuroscience research, but modern science has buried it for good. Number 9. You're either left-brained or right-brained. You've probably heard that creative people are right-brained and logical people are left-brained. It's catchy, but completely false. While it's true that different brain hemispheres specialize in certain functions, the two sides constantly communicate through a massive bundle of nerve fibers called the corpus callosum. Creativity, problem-solving, and logic all require both hemispheres working together. So, you're not left-brained or right-brained, you're whole-brained. Number 8. The brain stops developing after childhood. Many people think your brain reaches its full potential when you're young, and then it's all downhill from there. But research shows that's far from the truth. Thanks to something called neuroplasticity, your brain can form new connections and even grow new neurons throughout your life. Learning new skills, exercising, and even social interaction can strengthen your brain's wiring at any age. So no, your brain doesn't just set in childhood, it keeps evolving as long as you keep using it. Number 7. We need less sleep as we get older. You might have heard older people say, "I just don't need as much sleep anymore." But biologically, that's not accurate. Adults of all ages generally need 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. What changes with age isn't the need for sleep. It's the ability to stay asleep. Older adults often experience disrupted sleep cycles, which can lead to lighter, shorter rest. The brain still craves deep, restorative sleep. It's just harder to get as we age. Number 6. Memory works like a video camera. Here's a shocking one. Your memory doesn't record reality like a video. It reconstructs it. Every time you recall something, your brain rebuilds the memory, sometimes adding or removing details. This means our memories aren't perfect. They're flexible, emotional, and easily influenced. That's why eyewitness testimony can be unreliable and why two people can remember the same event completely differently. Memory is more storytelling than playback. Number 5. Alcohol kills brain cells. You've probably been told that drinking destroys your brain cells permanently. That's not entirely true. While excessive drinking can damage brain tissue and affect communication between neurons, moderate alcohol consumption doesn't literally kill brain cells. What it does is disrupt the connections between them, affecting coordination, judgment, and mood. Long-term heavy drinking can shrink certain brain regions, but your cells themselves don't just die off after a drink or two. Number 4. Listening to classical music makes you smarter. Remember the Mozart effect? The idea that listening to classical music boosts intelligence? It's a nice thought, but not quite true. The original study in the 1990s found that students who listened to Mozart performed slightly better on spatial reasoning tests, but the effect was temporary and minor. Listening to music you enjoy can improve mood and focus, but it doesn't raise IQ. So go ahead, enjoy Mozart or Metallica. Just don't expect it to turn you into Einstein overnight. Number 3, multitasking makes you more productive. We all like to think we're great multitaskers, juggling texts, emails, and conversations all at once. But neuroscientists say otherwise. The brain can't actually focus on 2 demanding tasks at the same time. Instead, it rapidly switches between them, which leads to more mistakes, slower work, and higher stress. Multitasking feels productive, but in reality, it's mental ping pong. Focusing on one thing at a time is far more efficient and less exhausting for your brain. Number 2, bigger brains mean smarter people. From Einstein's brain to science fiction aliens, we tend to associate brain size with intelligence. But there's no simple link. While larger animals tend to have bigger brains, intelligence depends more on how efficiently the brain is wired and how many neural connections it has. For example, Einstein's brain wasn't larger than average, but it had unusually dense folds in certain regions linked to mathematical reasoning. So it's not the size, it's the structure that counts. Number 1, you can train your brain to become a genius. Overnight. In the age of brain training apps and viral hacks, it's easy to believe you can rewire your brain for genius in a few weeks. But the truth is, there's no shortcut to intelligence. While mental exercises can improve memory, focus, and problem solving, real growth takes time, effort, and curiosity. The best way to boost your brain? Keep learning new things, stay physically active, and get enough sleep. Consistency, not quick fixes, is what shapes a sharper mind. So, how many of these myths did you believe? The human brain is still full of mysteries, but one thing's clear. It's more flexible, powerful, and surprising than most people realize. Thanks for watching. And remember, your brain believes what you feed it.